Hello.
Baby shark. Do, 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 do.
No, not Baby Shark. Hello and welcome to episode 2, season 2. We're gonna call this the Baby Shark
S02,
episode.
E02.
No, we're not gonna call this the Baby Shark.
David Shark. Do, do.
And
And me.
So,
Hello.
welcome. This episode, we're very excited for this episode because there's a lot coming out.
It's
We're
the
coming to the
beginning
Q4.
of that mega
Yes.
release Q4 where big games start coming out all of a sudden.
Finally.
Nah, but it's been a pretty good year so far, especially for PlayStation, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for single player games in general. Last few games
Fuck you, EA.
we've played, obviously we've played the big ones, Spider-Man and
Odyssey, yeah.
Odyssey. Yes, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was released this week.
Officially 5th, but some people managed to start early with the Gold Edition or
Yep.
whatever mega pack you decided to throw your money at Ubisoft with.
Exactly. We're going to be discussing also the usual stuff, the PSN network releases and any upcoming games that we're excited about. We're excited talking about Red Dead Redemption.
Something that's going to start killing our free times until Christmas, I
Yeah.
guess.
Definitely.
Oh, thank you for increasing our backlog now. Nah, but it's been a fun week and a half playing Odyssey and Spider-Man, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
A good choice
personally
to have a
played-
PlayStation at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. I personally have played Spider-Man, and it's
You finished it.
yes, I finished it. I did it platinum. I posted
You
it
were
on the yeah. It was good timing because I had a week off from work as well, so
Yes, I
I
forgot
could
about that.
dedicate my time fully to
You
gaming.
did good.
Yes, and we started playing Assassin's Creed as well.
And now are you going to take leave again for Red Dead?
Red Dead, I might. It comes out on Friday, so I might take one day off Friday, just to start it. Just spend the full
Yeah, but
weekend.
that's a game we're definitely not going to have an opinion, like finish the game and form our opinion on finishing because
Of course.
God only knows how long that game is going to be.
Exactly. It's going to be long, and to be honest, don't have that much of a rush to finish it because
Nah.
Fallout comes out, I believe, on the 17th.
Yeah, Fallout 76 is a game we can't really ignore. It might suck,
On the
it might
14th.
not,
Comes out on the 14th.
but
I don't.
it's
think
such a
gonna
different
suck.
approach to what they've usually done so far that we can't ignore it.
Yes, of course.
We cannot.
So yeah, and then after that, not to get sidetracked, there's Battlefield. So most probably have to switch those around. Play Fallout later, or start it then stop it. We'll see.
It's just a bunch of shooting.
Yes.
Except Spider-Man. Spider-Man was
Yeah, Spider-Man was very nice. I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was something different. To be honest, it was the first Spider game I ever played.
So I never had a chance to play the PlayStation once.
Exactly.
Because online, there were so many people talking about Spider-Man 2 before playing this one. But some like you, I didn't have that experience either. I was
No.
not lucky enough
It was my
to
very
experience
first
so
Spider-Man.
many PS1 games.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of those who stayed going to the Monty, buying
You
the old
remember
games
that? Buying video games at the Monty.
for €3 and some shabby guy coming from a corner with a copied CD.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you think about Spider-Man so far? Well, I know you haven't played much, right? Maybe you've played a good 4 hours of it.
So for the context of for other people to know where I've arrived, I've shown the demon mask to Martin Lee,
Yeah,
the guy who works at that feast office.
with his auntie, with Aunt May.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So you're still at the very beginning.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point I'm at.
Yeah.
Because I already forgot what I had to do next. Jumping between Odyssey and Spider-Man, trying to remember everything.
Yeah.
It has been hectic now, but
And I'll try my best to avoid spoilers as usual.
Yeah, for me and for all the viewers, listeners, sorry. This is not a video.
Yeah, but in general, I mean, considering that I played a lot, it was one of those games that even once I did the campaign, I wanted to continue playing it, and it does give you that option with all the side quests that there are, all the side missions. I mean, even just chasing the trophies was actually fun. Now, I'm not a guy who usually chases trophies and when I play games. I just play it because I enjoy playing it.
There was something attractive that gave you the incentive to continue playing somehow.
Yeah, it's a very well-rounded game. Even simple web slinging is so much fun. The mixture between the vibrations of the controller and how he reacts, even certain small details, like, you know, how they recorded the voices twice for Spider-Man. Do you know that? They recorded the voices twice. You actually, so if he gets a call whilst he's web slinging, you actually hear him go sort of making that extra effort because he's swinging. There's that extra strain in his voice. Whilst if you get a call while you're just walking or standing somewhere, his voice is normal, like he's talking on the phone normally.
I have to try this out.
That is really...
I have to see the difference.
And the first time I heard it, I said, could it be me just imagining it? But then I actually looked it up, and it's true. They actually recorded the voice actor recorded his voice more than once.
That's a nice detail.
Yeah, it is. And then there are certain, and for example, another thing, another small detail is, don't know if you've tried this, try walking like a normal person.
Okay.
Just walk on the sidewalk with the other NPCs. And you'll get instances. For example, first you hear the comments like going, Spidey, I love you, my kid loves you, hey Spidey, and all that.
Hope walk Spider-Man.
Exactly. And then, for example, you get over on top of the heads of certain characters, you get a triangle. You press triangle, and you either high five a guy or you talk to him. It's really cool. Like, it gives you that feeling that he's an actual friendly neighborhood
it's just something
Spider-Man,
that happens
you know?
randomly then.
Yeah.
Because I had a moment where a triangle showed up. It said interact, but either I was too late and the button disappeared, and what did I miss?
It does.
Was there a hidden item?
Yeah. That also happens because you either do a high five, you give a guy a high five, or a person will tell you something. They tell you that there's a mugging or that they've seen something strange which could lead you to a side mission.
Oh, okay.
It's so
you get useful information.
Yes, you do.
I mean, Spider-Man, at initial glance, from my point of view, I mean, it attracts you from the very beginning. With the initial intro of, you get to see what has happened so far in Peter Parker's life, such as, the usual death of his uncle. Spoiler!
Uncle Ben.
You know what stage in his life he is in at the moment. You find him living in his room. And then you see him just hop off from his room. And that caught me off guard. Where as soon as he jumps off the window, the game tells you, yes, press R2 to swing. What? And I was having breakfast. So at first I was seeing this cutscene slowly and eating. And then the game tells me, you have to press this button to swing now. Shit.
Yeah.
Visually impressive.
Very nice. It is very well polished.
And we're both playing it. I mean, you're playing it on the standard PS4.
Yeah.
Me, technically the same thing also on the PS4 Slim. None of us has played it yet on the PS4 Pro.
No.
But it looks good and it runs good.
Yes. Zero loading screens? No, not exactly.
I noticed
when you're going into the lab,
going through labs, and I think if I notice, days don't change dynamically on the fly.
No. Sometimes you have to wait
you finish
and
a mission
forward. Yeah.
And you're where you were, but it's dark now.
Yes. I don't get why that happens. Either maybe to give some certain missions a different feel, or
But I think they do it also in
Certain.
terms of performance.
Really?
No, it would have a hit on like dynamically controlling shadows, lighting, stuff like that.
Okay.
It has a performance hit. You can see that, for example, the dynamic weather in Odyssey, where it goes dark to light.
Okay.
That transitions. But there's a lot of work going on in the background.
All right.
So then for Spider-Man, at least you see everything really nice during the day. You do some missions. Then you go out and it's dark.
All right.
Now it might be really weird because for me, I had a moment. I had the cutscene where I went to show Martin the mask. And it was dark when I went inside.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I went out, it's day again.
Yeah.
Like, did I sleep there?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I get it. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Fighting. What's your take
no,
on the fight?
Fighting is amazing. It's very fluid. I mean, once you get the buttons down, especially then once you've gotten all the special abilities and the for example the web
shooters.
blasting, and the web shooters and all those upgrades, it gets so much easier. Even that special, I especially enjoyed the fact that they the focus. So every successful hit and dodges, it fills up your focus bar. Then you get to choose either to do a special move or to heal.
To heal yourself.
That was very useful.
That's a nice touch, and it's nice that the first suit that you get, like, contributes to the focus. I'm gonna say exactly how, but it contributes a lot. So kind of the game again gets slightly easier, but doesn't mean it's not getting tougher at the same time.
Yeah. Even the boss fights. I believe you've only done the Fisk fight, right?
Yeah, I've only done the Fisk fight. Otherwise, just thugs.
But even the boss fights, no boss fight is the same. The side missions, yes, there are a lot the same.
I can imagine side missions repeating.
But the boss fights, none of them are the same. I don't want to give too much away, but there's been some videos. I mean, but you do fight most of the bosses as a couple, so you're either fighting two bosses at the same time, which you need to take them down in different ways. So it adds a different dynamic to a boss fight where you need to either concentrate all your focus on one because he needs to go down in a certain manner. You use the environment a lot in the boss fights, in both of them. Even the environment in a normal...
No, even in a normal fight, you're encouraged to use it. One, because of the additional objectives that you do in every mission, like hit this guy with an object 3 times at least, and stuff like that. But even your abilities, you can, when you level up, there are stuff that if you use the environment, you get more benefits.
Exactly.
Like if you rotate, like how when he grabs something, he swings it around and then he throws it at a particular person. I mean, one of the upgrades that I actually took on was that when you do the rotation, like everyone's gonna get knocked down. And like, bloody right, I'm gonna take that. That's bloody useful. Yeah. Especially in the beginning. And because some of the group fights I think are quite, I don't know if exaggeratingly large. Like, let me go stop this robbery, one of the not side missions, but the crime scenes that you meet along the way. Some can end up with like an exaggerating group of people. I mean, it just takes time. But like you see 12 people there, like, fuck.
But you're Spider-Man, so you're superpower. You have superpowers. It's
I
easy.
have died with those superpowers. I am bad.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, if I had to say something negative about the game, is it's not it's quite trivial, to be honest, but there's the Avengers tower.
Buy now for only $9.99. Avengers merchandise. Not sponsored by Marvel.
But then the Avengers aren't even mentioned in any way. right? I mean, no reference to
had
them
this discussion.
whatsoever. I know you said it could be because of
I'm
rights
thinking
or
either licensing.
licensing. Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to include Avengers, then you're gonna start saying that base, like for the company, probably it will be that based on the revenue they have, you're gonna have to give royalty money to whoever holds the IP of Avengers, which is, I mean, fine, it's Marvel, but still you have to give a cut.
Yeah.
In the end, the game was developed by Insomniac.
Yeah. Yes, but not even some sort of backstory or, nothing is mentioned. It's like
Not
it's
even maybe a sentence.
Nothing. It's like only Spider-Man exists, except for the tower, for the Avengers tower.
Weird. I saw one video as we were mentioning towers. And
you get the suits. You get the Avenger suit and all that. You get to unlock it.
The one of the film.
The one of the
film.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I still have to see.
You haven't watched Avengers yet.
No.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, they're mentioning towers. I saw a video where a guy visited the area where there were the Twin Towers. And apparently there's a piece where if you look at the building opposite of where the Twin Towers were, apparently the reflection shows two towers.
Really? So you can see the Twin Towers in the reflection?
But then if you look back, you don't find anything.
Okay. Cool. I didn't try. I'll try that.
Yeah, that's
I'll try.
Nice.
I've been...
Let me just confirm.
I did go to the place, but because I believe there's some side quest to take a photo, because one of the side quests is there are a bunch of landmarks and you need to take photos of these landmarks, and I believe one of them is where the Twin Towers used to be. So I've been there and I've seen. I mean, I went to New York and I've seen them in real life, and it's even that's another thing. Since I've been there, I appreciated how much detail they actually put in, even Central Park and all that. It was a very, very well made game.
Because apparently what I've just said of the Twin Towers, not exactly true.
Lol,
but
okay.
It was a misconception. This is from Polygon's website. And they're quoting Digital Foundry. But what happened was, based on the location that they were, it just happened to be a coincidence that on the game's coding part, the way he's looking at somehow brings up a reflection based on his position. So based on the reflection, apparently there is some sort of tower, but he's still... The output is somehow causing this effect.
Okay.
It's like, as discussed at length by Digital Foundry in its graphics breakdown, the game generates reflections through a technique called cube mapping. Essentially, the developer has created a library of still images representing the game world. So it's like you're grabbing an image, and based on where you are, you're going to show this image, kind of.
Yes.
So you might not get 100% representation of the reflections.
Yes.
On where you're looking at.
Because that's the thing of reflections that some people might not appreciate.
Reflections in games at the moment aren't exactly real time. There is weird
and there are different
methods
methods of showing a reflection, right?
What?
There are different methods of showing a reflection.
There are different
in
methods,
a mirror.
but nothing is real time at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless you want to buy Nvidia's new RTX 2080 with ray tracing and spend 1,000 euros over.
No, thank you.
You know you want to. No. But I mean, the game does feature Easter eggs for sure.
Yeah.
Like the one I saw recently. It's GTA related.
Yes.
But I'm not going to say anything else.
I didn't even have an idea.
But then I told
that.
you, it's like, David!
No
look,
idea. Yeah.
These names!
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's non-stop, the game, and you never stop.
No, you're constantly doing stuff.
Some missions might feel repetitive I think.
Yes.
Because I'm
there
already
is an
feeling that
element.
bit with all the, the research missions that you can
Yes.
do.
Yes.
The crime scenes. In fact, I definitely more than once that I did the jewelry. Like the robbing, the jewelry robbery.
Yeah, the mission, yeah.
What else was there?
But even the fact that you get these sort of achievements. So every time you do a mission, you have to do, for example, I don't know, get a combo of 20 or throw 3, hit an enemy.
Yeah, the bonus missions
by throwing something at them 3 times. Those are different for every side mission, so at least it changes the element a bit to the game,
You're forced to do something different.
Yeah, it's not always the same.
Whereas, for example, the Fisk hideouts.
Those are good. Those are really enjoyable.
It's like you want to complete it properly, for example.
Yeah.
At least when you retry it, because today I was retrying, I retried 2 or 3 times the first Fisk hideout just to complete it.
Okay.
And one of them, like you have to stick people to the wall 5 times.
Yes.
Then you need to do 10 finishers.
Yeah.
But I totally forgot about the finishers because I wasn't yet used to always using them when I had it.
Yeah.
I always thought about it as this limited bar that I use it and then probably it might take long to come up again. But in reality, it does not.
No, it doesn't. It comes up quite often.
At least by the game forcing me to do this, I learned that you don't have to worry. Use it, it's gonna come up again. Exactly. As long as you keep dodging and punching people, which you're gonna do 24/7, it's there.
Yeah. And you also get a special power in one of the suits that allows that to go up even faster. So as you level up,
it contributes the suit.
Yeah.
So
because every suit has an ability, which although you can use that ability on every suit. So for example, if you unlock a suit that helps you gain more focus, it doesn't mean you have to wear that particular suit. You can equip that ability to a different suit.
Ah, okay.
Right.
It just so happens to be it came with it.
Yes, you just unlock the suit. I mean the special ability together with the suit. But then once it's unlocked, you can use it on any suit.
All right, no, good to know. Because I thought I was kind of trying to see, but I want to look good in this. But I like this ability.
Yeah, that
so there wasn't that dilemma.
As soon as I unlocked the punk rock Spider-Man, I stuck with it. I fell in love with that. There's that, and then there's the very last suit you unlock when you're doing the last boss.
Your birthday suit?
No, that's another one. That's the most difficult one to get. You need to complete all side missions, and you actually just get Spider-Man and
his undies.
And his undies and the mask, which is the very last suit you get. It is. I think it's one of the hardest suits, to be honest. But at the very end, I don't want to spoil it. But in the last boss fight, he comes up with this suit which helps him fight the last boss fight, and it's basically black and yellow, and it's very, very nice. Very nice.
Black and yellow.
Lamborghini. But I mean, to be honest, that's all I have to say about Spider-Man. I loved it.
How long did you take? You said around a week.
So I had a week off, and I played it with my nephew. He finished it in 3 days. Then I continued. We finished it together. I mean, we played it together.
But probably just did the main missions, right?
Sorry, the main mission, the campaign. Yeah. Then I continued doing the side quests. And in roughly a week, maybe a bit more, I got it platinum, So maybe a week.
It's nice to be mentioning that you were playing this game with your nephew. It just goes to show the hype and the beauty of just playing a Spider-Man game. Yeah.
It has zero blood, and even the fact that sort of, Spider-Man doesn't kill. No, exactly. He doesn't kill.
Even though I kept punching people off buildings, I'm pretty sure they die after.
But you don't get to see that. As you get some of them are challenges, like you need to throw 5 people off the building. You do get challenges.
He's still alive, no worries. or else some of the people, the photos people started taking, like Spider-Man doesn't kill people, and you just see guys stuck to the wall, but there's fire underneath them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Barbecue.
exaggeration that people started taking this to.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but it is. It outsold God of War. To show
And
how
God
much
of
of a
War
good
was
game it. Yeah.
already amazing.
But I think a big contributing factor to it being
The name.
not the name and the fact that it was rated much lower than God of War, as in the age rating. So Spider-Man, I believe, was 13, and
No, Spider-Man 16.
was it 16?
16. Because I saw your box today.
Okay.
In the sense, I thought about it due to my nephew.
All right.
Boom. I punched my microphone, I'm sorry. I was kind of relaxed as we were
The rating. I can't
about
find the
this
rating.
game.
All right, let's say it's 16, which I think is very high for Spider-Man. I mean, wouldn't rate it 16 definitely. I would have done it 13 or something of the sort.
Maybe there's references to alcohol and stuff.
No, all right. I mean, you get
What's the
people
SRB,
shooting
for
guns,
example?
but maybe that would be it, because you get people robbing and all that. But there's nothing visually graphic or it's not really that violent compared to much other games. But yeah, God of War was 18. So I think
Yeah,
that
ESRB in fact states it just has blood, drug reference, probably language. But so far I've never heard anyone
I don't think
curse.
there's the F word in it either.
No. And there's violence.
Violence, yes. Yes.
Spider-Man beating up people.
Thinking about it, yes, God of War, you've got the like monsters, even the whole fact that he's
But God of War escalates to a level of decapitation.
Yes, exactly. So I get how God of War is 18, but Spider-Man being 16, I think is a bit high. But either way,
it's to be safe.
That I think that's the main reason why Spider-Man outsold God of War, because game-wise, I think still God of War is a much better game than Spider-Man, even story-wise. Plus, Spider-Man also the demographic of Spider-Man. It's like you get all these people that like comics, all people that like the films, and people that like the games. Why it's God of War? It's only a game, So people who would have never played the previous God of Wars wouldn't know about it, but people who have never played the previous Spider-Man still know about Spider-Man because of the films or because of the comics.
There's a massive backing. There is a, I don't want to say cult.
No,
there's a following.
No, it's not a cult. Yes, a big following, exactly.
Especially Spider-Man. For us, probably even you remember the old Spider-Man cartoon on Fox Kids or...
Yeah.
Most of us started from there, unless you've been reading the comics before.
Even this year, you had the release of Spider-Man, the origin story. So that all contributes to people.
The films of Spider-Man Homecoming, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Avengers also.
Exactly. That all
Spider-Man made a comeback, I guess, this year, then you could say.
Yep.
Now, in a way, I'm glad that Spider-Man ended up being good, because like that we can say I was proven wrong. And I do want to be proven wrong when I say that. You can say aha. But I always doubt superhero games or anything coming from film or any sort of media and being translated into a game.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's something I wanted to address, because it was said, I read an article saying that the success that Spider-Man had will open doors for other games being released and being developed around other comic characters. That scares me a bit, because
the milking begins.
That's one, and I don't think that you can incorporate every comic character or superhero the same way that Spider-Man was. every game.
Spider-Man has a lot of characteristics around him
Yes.
that can make a good game.
Exactly.
Like his web slinging, his
Exactly.
fighting techniques.
For example, if they made an Iron Man game, it would have to be very different than Spider-Man. You know what I mean? You're not going to have an open world, you're just going to have Tony Stark flying around the city. It has to be very
Of
different.
course. Sold. Done.
Anyway, so...
but I know what you mean. Because at the same time, we know that there was... For example, there is a Deadpool game.
yes, which I have... I love Deadpool, but I was never interested in playing the game. I don't know why.
It was a case of Bovril.
Bovril? You either love it or you hate it. Yeah.
Because it's not exactly the most amazing game ever. The thing that managed to back Deadpool as a game was, you know, his usual charm,
Yeah.
his humor.
Yep.
Seeing how he can narrate, how he can speak to the narrator, but inside the game itself, for example.
Yeah. Breaking the third wall and all that.
Fourth wall.
Fourth wall, yeah.
But who knows what the problem was? Maybe it came from the developers that they couldn't come up with something unique. Because Insomniac Games, for Spider-Man, they have a massive portfolio behind them.
Yeah.
For Xbox, they worked on Sunset Overdrive. PlayStation, they worked on Ratchet & Clank. They worked on Resistance.
Yes. Yep.
And if I'm saying correctly, actually, they're also the guys working on Spyro the Dragon.
Really? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. At least they did work on the first
original
one. Yes, they worked on the original.
So, yeah, these guys have been doing Sony stuff since the beginning. So they know that they work well with Sony. They've made games for the hardware. And they've made good games because we saw what they've made. Even when they made a game for the Xbox. So it all depends. But I'm like you. I'm wary if they say they're going to start trying other games or other hero characters in game format.
Yeah. They'll need to be cautious. They can't just follow Spider-Man.
I'm going to continue being wary. But I hope, again, we can be proven wrong just like how I was proven wrong with Spider-Man. It's a good game. So far, I'm enjoying what I've played so far. I mean, might I get weary with the side missions and all the stuff? Maybe. Will I still enjoy the main story? Definitely. Because it's like watching a film and I'm having fun just being Spider-Man. The swinging is fun. The abilities that you can unlock afterwards look good, like more interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know, maybe I might get incentivized to actually unlock the suits because, as you're saying, there are some suits that look really cool and it's fun to actually be in them.
Yeah.
I mean, my Facebook was covered with people saying, look at this suit, it's really cool, like I did this. Selfies with that suit.
Yeah.
With that fancy photo mode.
How much suits? I'm trying to find out how much suits there are. Not sure if it's 26 or 32. But nearly 30 costumes. So it's nearly 30. And apparently, it's something I didn't manage to do. There is a suit that isn't on the menu, whatever, on the...
a la carte.
So, because what do you call it? On the sub-menu, whatever. On the suit menu. And apparently, you need to find it at some location. Because you know how you get the menu and then you get the suits. They're blacked out, so you don't see them. There's
still one suit blacked out for you.
Sorry?
There's still one suit blacked out for you.
No, they're all there, but apparently there's another suit. So the menu itself doesn't even show you that there's another suit.
Oh.
I need to look into it further. A friend of mine told me about this.
It's not a pre-order thing, right?
No.
Okay.
It's hidden somewhere. You need to do some sort of side mission. But I'll put a post on it on the Facebook page because I need to look into it further.
Yeah. It's funny how the main incentive of like unlocking is mainly unlocking the suits.
Yeah.
People have been... But they look good.
So, Assassin's Creed.
About that.
Sorry?
Nah, because I was skeptical about the whole suits thing, but I was just seeing them as sort of pre-order incentives initially, because that's how the trailers were coming out.
Sort of, yeah.
But now that you're just seeing, you can unlock them and just playing around with them.
Yeah.
Good job, Insomniac.
Well
Good
done.
job. Now
So-
the comments about saying that sounded terrible or it sounded like something.
New, don't go there. Don't go there. Odyssey, Assassin's Creed. So this game, so now we're gonna reverse roles a bit. William has played much more Assassin's Creed than I have.
Yeah, I played much more, but I still haven't finished it. I didn't have that fancy 1 week leave to play the game.
Yeah.
Unlike someone.
Keeping in mind that also my history with Assassin's Creed is of ups and downs. Let's call it up and then down, because in the beginning I remember I bought the PS3 with the Assassin's Creed
The original?
pack. Yeah,
Or,
the very first Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 1. Yes, Altair and all that. And I loved it. It was a game I was such a fanboy of. Anyway, if you haven't played it, I'm not going to give out too much. Again, I don't like spoiling games. But then there were another 3 games after. So there was Assassin's Creed. Then you got, I might mix these up, Assassin's Creed 2, which you get introduced to the character of Ezio.
you counted properly.
Then these are that I'm going to mix up most probably. Then you get Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
And after Brotherhood, you get the last one that Ezio is in, and that Desmond is in. You get Assassin's Creed. I blanked out. Assassin's Creed. Not Unity, not Brotherhood. Revelations? No.
Was it? Yes.
Revelations?
Revolution.
Revolution. All right. Revolution.
Revelations, huh?
Revelations. Okay, not bad. All right. From that on, to me, they should have just shut down the story and released no more Assassin's Creed. I mean, Black Flag wasn't bad. Even the one with Connor before Black Flag, which I'm forgetting the name, where you're an Indian. I forgot the name. I know it was the era was in the American Revolution. That wasn't bad, but to me, they should have stopped at the 4. From then on, I tried playing Unity. I tried playing. Unity is the one of the brother. No, Yes, Unity is the one of the brother and sister. Then you got the one in France, or is it the other way around?
No, Unity, no. The one of the brother and sister is Renaissance.
All right, so I played those 2, and
Unity was the really buggy one.
Yeah, that's the one with the French Revolution.
At the same time with Unity, as far as I know, there was Rogue.
Rogue, exactly. That I didn't even play. So yeah, basically after the 4th one, in my opinion, Assassin's Creed just went down the drain. I played Origins last year. Didn't finish it. Got too boring for me. Same stuff. And so from what I've played so far, maybe I've played 5 hours of the new Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's very similar to Origins. We've heard reviews that people have praised it for what happens towards the middle of the game. So I'm staying positive. I'm gonna try and plow through to the middle of the game. But so far it's not bad. The combat, I like the way they've done the combat. They changed it since Origins, right?
Yeah.
And I think they might have refined it a bit, because I'm finding it much nicer. Even the way you parry, and it gives you a bit of a Neo feel to it. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. But as I told William, as I told you, it's not really that exciting. I'm not sorry. Most games I'd say, let me play another half hour. I'd look at my watch half an hour later, and Christ, it's 3 hours past. This isn't happening for Assassin's Creed because it's a lot of the same. But I'll try and plow through. What do you think so far, Will?
I can agree with you that it doesn't do anything to grip you from the beginning. Especially, and I'm saying that after having played Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because Spider-Man actually has something positive from the very beginning, where Odyssey goes with a slow start.
Yeah.
And so, to give a bit of my background of Assassin's Creed, it's mainly, I skipped a lot. I skipped Origins, I didn't play Origins, so I think that helps with me enjoying Odyssey.
Yeah.
Before that, I had played Black Flag.
Okay.
But then I didn't play the others like Unity, the 3, Renaissance. Then like you, I had mainly played all of Assassin's Creed 2. Anything related to the Ezio story.
Yeah.
I was mainly attracted to play the game because of the world. The ancient Greece world.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of biased with that, especially since the year before I had gone over to Greece
Okay.
to enjoy the island. So like after hearing this, I'm like, wow, I really want to see this now. I really want to see this in person.
Yeah.
Kind of. And in a way, I'm not disappointed. Especially I was able to climb on Zeus's ass.
You were doing so well. Yeah, no, I get it. Well, it's one of the few points, right? You have to climb up his ass to his big finger, and then you
And
get
his
the
dick.
eagle thing. Yeah.
Fine. My job is done. I can stop playing Assassin's Creed. I won, personally. No, but it's very... I mean, it's definitely gone down the roots of the RPG game style. It's no longer that third-person sort of... not adventure, it was like, let's say adventure game. Let's go with that, because there wasn't such a massive dependence on your inventory in the way you can upgrade your abilities. It's like the weird move that God of War had made with inventory and upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously Assassin's Creed is still more RPG because of the items you pick up. You just find equipment. The equipment you find is better than what you have. And you can upgrade the equipment. And even when I open the map, the familiarity that I feel with... Now, you told me you wouldn't do the comparison, but the first thing that came to mind was Witcher. Now, I'm not saying it's the story of The Witcher, but some mechanics, the RPG mechanics are there.
Yes.
And maybe some people are starting to adopt some mechanics that Witcher had from its game.
The dialogue and the fact that you can choose what to say.
Not just the dialogue, but even the map.
Really?
In the sense, I open the map. I'm in an area. And I see the locations that are important to me.
Mm-hmm.
And loads of question marks.
Yeah.
And the question marks either mean there are stashes or...
What mode did you choose at the very beginning? Did you do... you had two modes where it shows you a lot of stuff on the map, or else there was another mode that tells you...
No, I did everything normal, show me everything, like...
Really? I did the second way. I did the second mode. The way it tells you this is how Odyssey was meant to be played. So I chose that to get the full experience.
I would do it, I guess, after I did everything. I set the playstyle as guided. The other one you're mentioning, the one you picked then, is exploration.
Yeah, okay.
And the game is... The world looks so big.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously... We have us of little time.
You,
especially me.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that with in regards to what's coming out at the end of this month.
Yes.
I didn't want to waste so much time in trying to find a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to have my focus on just enjoying the story. I'm still taking my time to find stuff because I have to go to certain areas. I don't know what there is. Then you can use your buried Icaros
Yes.
to find what is in your surrounding area.
And what's up with the loading screen? You mentioned that, and it's true. It is really annoying. So after you used
Yes.
Icarus, aka the Eagle, to scope out a place to, tag enemies and all that, it doesn't just get you back to the character. There's a loading screen.
So that is unfortunately due to a limitation of our console, and that improves after every more powerful piece of hardware. It's from the game.
Okay.
So the issue that David is mentioning, just to get that out of the way and I can continue about the map world, is Icaros is the bird that you use, the usual Assassin's Creed bird that you can just look around and scout out what there is. And you're going to use him a lot for finding chests, enemies, like documents, that's like
Anything.
extra stuff that you need to pick up to complete an area.
Yeah.
If you travel too far off with Icaros, then it kind of like forgets what there was around you.
Okay.
It loses memory of what there was around you because it's trying to generate new memory for what is around Icaros instead.
All right. Okay.
That's the main issue.
All right.
If, for example, if you don't go far off or you're near the camp, for example, that you're going to scout and use Icaros, and you just quickly scout around and then you go back to your character,
All right.
there won't be a loading screen.
Okay. So it has to do
The
with
further
rendering,
away you
with
go-
rendering the map.
Yeah, the further away you go with Icaros from the protagonist, that loading screen is going to happen and takes a bit
Okay.
long.
Because even in the very beginning, once you press continue or whatever for the game to load, it does take a minute to load.
Loading
Literally.
in general for other things, even like after you die, it does
Yeah.
slightly take time.
After you die, it's not as long, but in the beginning, it takes
No, the
like
beginning
60
it's
seconds, maybe a bit more, definitely.
true. Like in the beginning, you have to just get out and get done from the starter point, and loading is good.
Yeah.
As I started getting along with the game, I didn't feel bothered anymore.
And you don't have
But-
that sort of loading screen you had with other Assassin's Creed, where you're just running around in the enemies.
The what?
Because you didn't play the other Assassin's Creeds. So the enemies.
Yes.
The machine that you go into so you can
If
see
you
your
change somewhere,
ancestors.
you have the enemies loading.
Yeah, and then you just get the character running around as a loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a picture with a bar that you see the bar filling up.
That is a pity because you could try out combos.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
The game is too expensive to have another game inside.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Now, coincidentally, I was looking at a video of Digital Foundry to see how much better it is on PS4 Pro and Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
PS4 Pro still suffers slightly from the Icaros problem we just mentioned.
Okay.
Xbox One X is better.
All right.
It doesn't suffer that badly. Like, if you're far away and then you go back to the protagonist,
Mm-hmm.
the screen goes a bit black, but it doesn't show the loading icon. It just then loads everything around you
All right.
again. On PC, I'm going to assume it's much better.
So I'm gonna say the same thing that they're saying about Battlefield. Plays best on Xbox.
Probably,
Yeah.
because on hardware,
The
on black and white
Xbox,
hardware,
it's better
specs,
than PlayStation.
Xbox One X is better.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get the most out of the PS4 Pro is you're developing exclusively for it.
Yeah.
Because you have to...
It would be a game that's tailor-made for the console, They would know their limitations and...
Yeah, it's not just with PS4 Pro, it's not just a matter of you have bigger specs,
Yeah.
so it's just going to cater for those specs. Apparently you have to code specifically for the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
In a way. No, but back to the actual game, because we did kind of shit on it.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, I have been enjoying it. The first day that I played it made for a really relaxing Saturday afternoon for me. I never felt pressure to do things. I wasn't rushed.
Okay.
Again, with me climbing Zeus's ass.
This is the first thing you're gonna mention every time someone's is gonna ask you.
Oh, I've been
So
posting
how are
the
you playing
screenshot I
this?
took.
How is it going? Yeah,
climbed
Zeus has
his
a very
ass.
nice ass.
No, in a way, I'm also enjoying the protagonist that I picked, Cassandra.
Yeah, I chose the guy.
And
What's his name?
I wanted to go with the gut feeling I had, like with Mass Effect, because Mass Effect, in reality, the female protagonist was much better in terms of voice and like feeling of what she did.
Yeah.
Where the male equivalent was like really monotonous, or I was really scared. Like, I'll go with Cassandra instead of Alexios.
Okay.
And I love her accent. I love like the way she converses with people, stuff like that. Even though the sentences are still the same, but I don't know. She's the perfect switching between speaking normally between characters and then just becoming a badass against
Really?
the villains. It's a weird way to describe it. That's how I feel. Yes, though for a first experience, remember I was killed by sharks.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah, listen, in Origins, you could have gotten killed by a hippo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because there were hippos in Egypt.
Good to know. I should be scared. Yeah, but the first island I took quite some time to complete it. Now, Kefalonia.
Yeah, I mean, I've played a good 5 hours, and I still haven't gotten the title.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So,
But you're close from what you told me where you were. You're
not
soon
far
getting
off.
out of there.
okay.
You just finish off whatever is left, and then you can go away.
Okay.
In fact, after you go away once you get the boat and you leave Kefalonia,
Mm-hmm.
you start having the naval battles again.
All right.
I mean, it's nice to have.
That's something to look forward to. It's
Yeah.
one of the things I enjoyed the most in Black Flag.
Oh, of course.
Black Flag.
And it feels slightly smaller than what Black Flag was. Definitely focused on the naval battles. But with Odyssey, I mean, I'm feeling it as it's nice to have, and I do intend on improving like my crew and stuff like that. But again, I mean, my opinion of it is it's been relaxing. Like improving it, it's an RPG. The great choices is a nice like inclusion to it.
Yeah.
Like one situation I can say that isn't really such a spoiler is, for example, there's one place on Kefalonia that sort of was plagued, and they were getting rid of the people there. You go there, and the girl that you have, your friend in Kefalonia, Phoebe.
Yeah, the young girl.
She
I
tells
didn't
you,
do
hey,
the side
listen,
mission
I can
yet, I
go
know.
save my friend.
Yes.
Now you see the
yeah.
people, and they tell you why they are killing off the people over there.
Yeah.
And then you have the family over there saying, please don't kill us or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have the choice of either saving that family or saying, this is not my shit. This doesn't involve me.
It's not my shit. Deal with it yourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very also witchery. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I shouldn't get involved in this politics.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of this as you go along. Like, even when you get to the second island, what's going to happen there? You can choose to handle the situation differently. So, I obviously can't say what happens there because
No,
spoilers.
I understand. Don't ruin it.
I can't.
And we haven't played that much either, so we can't really ruin much.
I still have to see more because I heard ton of reviews about the game where they're mentioning certain like mechanics of the game that they really enjoyed, and I haven't gotten to that point yet. I don't know what they're talking about in a way. But I've heard of the game being a polished Origins.
I can't disagree because it does feel a lot like Origins.
No, it's definitely going to be Origins because, I mean, with the 1 year gap that there was between Origins and this game.
That's the problem with Assassin's Creed. They've launched so much games that nearly it's nothing new. It's similar to Call of Duty. You can't launch a game every year and expect to have much different stuff, you know? They're just redressing most of it.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying the setting, for example. The story is nice.
Yeah.
You're going to play Assassin's Creed mainly for those two reasons. Either because you're really, really into the whole series of Assassin's Creed. Somehow you're still hooked to it. You want to play another Assassin's Creed. Go ahead. It is good.
Yep.
You'll enjoy it. If you're biased like me in terms of the Greek setting, you're going to enjoy that. I've read some reviews where there's more to expect than what I've seen so far about the whole Greek thing. I'm not going to mention what those things were because I don't want to spoil what you're going to meet.
Tako.
Yeah, I mean...
And one of the things that made me try it is that I'm a big fan of the film 300.
And I mentioned 300 to you, I think, for the intro.
Yeah, because in the very beginning you play as Leonidas, which is the king of Sparta at the time.
Yes.
So you actually play Leonidas in the Battle of Thermopylae against Xerxes. It's a very small part, and they just do it to give you the feel, and it sort of shows you what you might do once you've leveled up, because you have all the special powers and all that. You have that Spartan kick that's also in 300, but yeah, that's something that pulled me towards the game. But yeah, as William said, we'll have to see. We'll most probably mention it in another podcast.
We'll probably mention it for the next podcast.
And another good reason to play it is that you have nothing else better to play.
At the moment, it's true.
No, it's true. We haven't played Tomb Raider though, which I'd rather play Tomb Raider. I at least haven't done that simply because I didn't play Rise of the Tomb Raider. Sorry, so I played that this week. So now most probably we'll also mention in the next podcast, we'll mention Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which
in fact I'm still finishing.
I think
the
it's
first
doing
one.
quite well,
and I've been enjoying, but we should leave that for the next podcast.
Yes, definitely.
I think do I have anything to say more about Odyssey? Do I have anything else? I mean, again, more RPG. People might hate me for saying that I compared Odyssey with The Witcher.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at the mechanics or like how it looks at its exterior shell,
yes,
you are going to make that fucking comparison.
Yes,
Fight
yes,
me.
Yes. No, in fact, as soon as you mentioned like Witcher, which to me is one of the best games made in this decade, I did sort of say, what the hell are you talking about? But I do get it. I do get what you're trying to say. I do get that it's
not
true.
the quality.
The dialogue. No, it is the dialogue. It's I get it. It's the dialogue. It's the choices you have to make that don't really affect.
Because there are a lot of choices in The Witcher where you're going to make a choice, fine, but it doesn't really add up to the final ending of the game.
No, exactly.
Like, just because, like me, you ended up unleashing a ghost that is going to kill everyone, or unleash a plague, by mistake, because you decided to make one wrong move. It still didn't affect me from having the good ending.
Yeah.
Because there are particular points in the game that will affect the ending.
The ending. Yeah.
But that was not one of them. It just happened. But that just adds up to your narrative of the game.
Yeah.
Like, what did you do at that point? I ended up killing that family because I think they're right. I was like, we should like help out with not spreading the plague. I'm sorry I killed your friend, little girl. Stuff
Phoebe.
like that.
Yeah.
So it adds up to your story and your experience throughout the whole game. Does it affect the final ending? Probably not. Maybe it affects certain points.
Does it have alternate endings? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I mean, we did discuss slightly if there's a difference between choosing Cassandra or choosing
Because since you're choosing...
the guy.
So, because we didn't really mention this, when you play the game, you're given the choice of choosing a gender. Apparently now Ubisoft is going to make it a point where in future Assassin's Creed you get to choose a gender for between male and female.
Yep.
In this case, you get to choose the male guy who's Alexios and the female guy who's Cassandra. David took Alexios and I took Cassandra. And I was curious about saying, is there a difference in who we picked? Because the cutscenes that I started to see, for example, I started to see as Cassandra being the older sister in the family and Alexios was the child. But in David's case, it was the opposite.
It was the other way
And
around.
I wanted to know if this is a thing or not. But in his case, Alexios was the older brother and Cassandra was the baby girl.
The baby, yep.
So it's the same story, it's just the roles are swapped.
Exactly.
And they take this as kind of like things are hazy with the exact history, so the animus will just mimic whatever you decide to pick.
Yeah. In fact, that's the excuse once you go into the animus. So it starts off, you find, after the Battle of Thermopylae, you find the actual spear, the spear that Leonidas used, and it tells you that they found 2 sets of DNA. One is female, one is male, and basically you just choose the sex of the character there and then. It's nothing. Doesn't really affect the story that much.
Nah, it doesn't. It's just pick who you like.
Yep.
Which I don't mind.
Yep.
But hopefully it doesn't come to the detriment of the final story in the end.
New.
I was like, because that's gonna add cost and stuff like that. But anyway,
so I think we can move on to what's coming next.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess. Well, I don't think I have anything else to say of Odyssey. I guess the only one last thing I can say before I move on to releases is the game is good overall, but I mean, it's not going to be any game of the year or whatever,
No,
but
definitely not.
you're not going to be let down if you want to try this out and play a certain RPG, for example.
Yeah.
The only downside was with the lush world that the game is offering to us, because Odyssey is a very colorful game. Like, it's green and
It is.
vivid compared to Brown Origins.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, based on what platform you're playing it, visuals are going to downgrade. You can't enjoy such crisp clarity, unlike what we managed to enjoy with Spider-Man. Spider-Man looks so nice on a PS4 Slim. It's like it's so crispy, but Odyssey isn't. I mean, when you have the conversations, the models look nice, the 3D characters look nice. Like, for example, I like Barnabas's model and even Cassandra. And Alexios, from the videos I've seen, looks really detailed.
Yes. Something positive to say is that even the graphics are much better. Even the rendering of the face and all that.
When you have a conversation, things
nicer.
improve.
Yeah.
But then when you go out and into the game world, you can't really enjoy like the islands and the environment in such crisp detail.
Yep.
Because otherwise the world is beautiful, what you can see. Like, even at night, seeing one of the cities that I was on the island that I am on now at the moment, for example, I took a photo, it was night, and you see like the torches lit up of the city. So it's like this nice reflection on the sea. And the sea in the game is actually really, really good. Like, people have been actually saying there's something nice about how the waves crash on the beach in Odyssey. That's where they focused on. We'll just focus on the water, not on the game itself.
Yeah. Like the same thing they said about Red Dead Redemption. and the horse
Oh
balls.
yes,
It's like that's not
we
the point
spent
of
2
the
years
game.
on horses' testicles.
Who the hell played the game and they're just saying, oh look, the balls of the horse just shrunk because it's cold. I mean, what the hell?
Now I know why I'm buying the game.
Like, what the hell?
But
I mean, I remember an older time
what?
where you remember the first Tomb Raider games came out, and
Uh-huh.
everyone was like, "Ooh, pixelated boobies,"
Ah yes.
and then, "Ooh, put her in the water and just see the camera under." Ooh. I mean, it's like we've got
Everyone
nothing better
has
to do
a
than
child
just.
spirit, like
Yeah.
a playful spirit in them.
I've never played the old Tomb Raider games, but yeah, it's come on, it's such a massive game. I mean, this week there's been the second gameplay trailer released for Red Dead Redemption, and there are so many things that happen. I mean,
It's
yes,
crazy.
it is. You need to take care of the horse.
It's insane.
The horse, you need to break him. The handling of the horse changes as you progress. You need to bathe yourself if you decide to bathe yourself. Characters remember you. It's so massive. There's so many
Like how
other
you
things to
play,
be excited
it's
about.
different in sense of you can just be this lonely wanderer going
Yeah.
around. You can have like robberies with your gang.
Yeah. You can have a camp and you do missions to maintain the camp up and keep spirits high and all that. It seems
Ton
like
of stuff.
in fact, I'm very, very excited to play that game.
I'm hoping that doesn't suffer from what we were saying about Odyssey in terms of like you're given this massive world, but then visually it's not going to be that impressive.
From what I saw from the gameplay, I'm not that worried because it seems very nice. I mean, even for Red Dead Redemption 1, it was the PS3 when I played PS3.
Yes, PS3, Red Dead Redemption, and there was the DLC one.
It was a very nice game for its time as well. So I'm not really that worried. I think it's going to be a massive game. I think it's going to be a game that will rival God of War, to be honest.
I think it depends on what you fancy. Like God of War has a nice scale of a game to it. It's a strong game. It has strong mechanics behind it, but it's not an open world a la Red Dead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
I think Red Dead Redemption, the one problem that there's going to be with it is it's going to be so big that either people just not finish it or miss out on what the game actually offers. Because then there are other games coming out after Red Dead Redemption if those tickle your fancy.
Yeah.
And in our case, we'll have to take a look at them.
Definitely. I mean, there's Fallout that comes out some 2 weeks after, on the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. And right after Fallout, there's
BF5.
There's Battlefield, So.
And then in December, for those who are a fan of the series, there's Just Cause also, for example.
Yes. Yep. What else?
Recently there was... Hey, we moved
Forza.
on to releases.
that was a nice transition.
Yeah.
So 2nd October you had Forza, obviously PC and Xbox. That's an Xbox exclusive. Is it an Xbox exclusive? Microsoft exclusive.
Because you can play it on PC, which is nice, but we both don't have time for that.
No, later. That will most probably have to bridge the gap between December and Last of Us /
I probably still won't end up playing it because there's one game that has been on my backlog which came out last month, which is the Japanese RPG Dragon Quest.
Yeah, you mentioned
I've been seeing people play it and I really, really want to get on with that. But no. Everyone has to release something good.
I'd rather that be the case than having nothing to play.
That's no. We do have to play. We just choose not to.
Yeah. Best of
like
both
me
worlds.
starting Tomb Raider recently.
Yeah. In fact. If anything, I need to
Yes, I was shocked that like Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out. I'm like, oh, I forgot this came out.
And people who played it that I know are really enjoying it. So something else to look forward to.
Yep.
But obviously, I imagine that would have to wait. It depends on how I do on Assassin's Creed. But if I get fed up of Assassin's Creed till Red Dead Redemption comes out, And there is World War 3 that's coming out this month.
There's
as
the
well.
early access, yeah.
The early access. No, that's coming out on Steam. That's PC only.
Paisai.
PC.
October is looking like Switch is getting some games, like some remakes coming out, like Tricky Towers, Child of Light. A few days ago, it saw the release of Mario Party.
Yeah.
What else is there?
There's the first DLC for Spider-Man.
This month?
Yes.
Ooh.
Then there's another one in November and then another one in December. So there's one DLC every month from this month.
Oh yes, for the Switch there's The World Ends With You. Like another Japanese RPG, but something I fell in love with during my university days when I had the Nintendo DS. I'm curious to see how that turns out. People who are still using a 3DS, there is Luigi's Mansion. There's Dark Souls on Switch this month also. Now you can swear wherever you are. And
what else?
later
What
in
else
October, there's the official release, the official launch of Gwent, the Witcher game.
Yes, that's later
That's
this October.
together with the first single-player campaign, Thronebreaker.
Yeah. Obviously, we've already mentioned Red Dead Redemption 2 on the 26th. Just Dance. Come on, Will. Just Dance.
Of course.
It's coming out on all platforms. PC, PS4, Xbox, Switch, Wii and Wii.
You know what we're going to do at the end of October?
Red Dead Redemption.
No.
What?
Just Dance.
Comic-Con. No. Just Dance.
Just Dance.
Just Dance. Save the world with dancing.
Of
They're
course.
making a film, they're making I'm not sure if it's Just Dance, but they're making a film of a similar game.
Of what?
Which involves only dancing. I'm not sure if it's Just Dance. Because I saw this. Or Dance Dance Revolution, could it be?
DDR.
Yeah. I think they were just making a film. I think it was Dance Dance Revolution. Where you save the world.
We're asking the
by
important
dancing.
questions, David. Everything for the listeners.
Dance.
They need to know. No, they don't. But
Of Wild Theories. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Dance Dance Revolution movie. It's mentioned. Is in the works. A Dance Dance Revolution movie is in the works. Oh, God.
Thank you. Thank you, world.
Oh, no. Anyway, yeah. In fact, a Dance Dance Revolution movie will try to save the world. By the power of dance.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and something else to mention. Comic-Con.
Yes, we do need to mention it. I mean, we're gonna have another episode before Comic-Con, but it's good to say we'll be there.
Yes, we will be there either by guests or we will have a table. We'll try. We'll try. We will definitely be there. We'll have a presence there. We'll keep you guys posted. Either on our next
I should
podcast.
just walk around Comic-Con with a sign saying I climbed Zeus's ass.
I'll do that on your t-shirt.
Yay.
On your Game Defined t-shirt.
I climbed his ass.
No,
I'm looking forward to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Gonna be
definitely.
obviously with my camera stalking people.
Yes.
But they're gonna be cosplayers, so
Click.
please do not hit me if I try to take a photo of you people.
You should ask permission before.
It's
Have
a
to get-
public event.
You have to get waiver forms.
No. Hello, person X. Can I take your photo, please? Nah, I mean,
Yeah, what we didn't mention are the PSN releases for this month, which is nothing to shout
not
home
that-
about, to be honest.
it's not that. Yay!
But yeah, it's Friday the 13th, Laser League, The Bridge, Master
Maybe you want to
Reboot.
play Friday the 13th.
It's Halloween,
not-
right? Halloween.
Ooh,
soon,
I
very
forgot
soon.
about that. I'm not like that looking forward
Very
to
soon.
Halloween, but I'm a party pooper.
Nah. not a big Halloween fan.
I'm more
myself.
defensive about the whole Halloween thing because of where I live.
Yeah, it's a big thing, in Sweetie.
Bloody right. I mean,
At
at
least they're
least
not
I'm in that
egging your
area
house.
where it's not like the main center of attention.
It's quite scary where you live at night.
No, where I live.
No, I'm joking.
No, I mean, it is quiet.
It's quiet.
Like, you
It's
always
quiet,
expect
not
that as
scary.
soon as you're going to turn around the corner, someone's going to stab you. Like,
Yeah, well, then it's not scary. No.
nah. No, but the main area of the main road of Sweetie where that leads into Parcheville,
Yeah.
usually that is packed.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as when we were kids. When we were kids, I used to remember, like, you had to have police there. Otherwise, shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I must protect my parents from the evil kids. We usually just switch off the light, and if we hear the bell, we just don't open the door.
Of course. Then you'd find TP. Your house has been
Now I'm just going to
TP'd.
start hearing people that's like, wow, you really suck for Halloween. Why don't you contribute to the trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
I'm a senile old man
Or else
who gave no shit.
do something that will scare them away. There's a guy up here
My ass.
who did that last year. It was hilarious.
What?
he had the way his house is he has, antiporta. He has a stairway leading to the main door,
Uh-huh.
and he did something in that door. I was taking out my dog, and I just see these children ringing the bell. Suddenly I just hear this screaming of a guy. A guy was screaming like, "Rah!" The children just screamed, ran the other side of the road. I have no idea what there was, but it was hilarious just watching the children like dressed up
He's
as
my hero.
ghosts and just running in the other direction.
That's quite an idea. Like, as soon as every time you hear the doorbell, if you think it's kids, just shout something like having a fight with someone, or just as if you're murdering a person.
Yeah. Bloody hell! Anyway, that's it for this episode. I think we've discussed everything. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, I mean, this was a longer episode than usual.
Yeah,
but,
much longer.
We had Spider-Man and Odyssey.
We had two good games to talk about.
Long games.
Yeah.
They're open world games. So there's a lot to do, but unfortunately we didn't finish Odyssey. But he finished
Nope.
Spider-Man, so I mean he has a very positive feedback. You probably already know that it's a positive game.
If you've been
On Facebook, I mean,
if you're following Facebook, you've
do you
noticed how
live
much
on
we
a
loved
rock?
Spider-Man. So
Obviously,
Yeah.
when I got to play Spider-Man myself, I want to challenge the notion like, oh, everyone's saying it's a good game. Fuck, it is a good game.
it's a very good game.
Yes. So yeah, now we'll have another episode again before
Comic-Con, and we'll most probably
then-
have one after as well. Most probably we will
Yes.
definitely have one.
our post-processing of Comic-Con.
Yep.
Was it a good Comic-Con or a bad Comic-Con?
Yep.
Nah, it's usually good. And this time it's actually, remember, it's
If it's
at the
anything-
MFCC this time.
Yeah, it's
Not
bigger,
at the MCC.
and if it's anything like last year, it should be good.
I had fun last year.
Yep.
And
Anyway.
yes, and I had gotten the
What?
the artist of Game of Thrones drew my
Yeah, he
girlfriend.
drew your girlfriend. Yeah.
Like, I called her a nuclear mutant scientist. That was amazing.
It's a compliment.
Like, where do you work? Nuclear medicine. Oh, you're a mutant scientist.
Yeah, she's the girl that invented the Hulk or so, or the radioactive
I-
spider
sorry,
that
I
bit
incidentally
Spider-Man.
released gamma rays.
Yeah. Exactly.
No. Anyway, let's go enjoy the rest of our weekend.
Yes.
Let's relax.
Play
And
more
we'll see
Assassin's
you
Creed.
for the next one.
Yes. Cheers and good evening.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening,
Goodbye.
good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.